Hey, Happy New Year.
It is January 2025,
Yes,
and we are talking about what's working now.
What's working now?
And we've done it a lot. We've done it for the last few years.
Yes.
But you know what? A lot changed in 2024.
A lot.
I'm going to consider 2024 like a transition year.
Mm-hmm.
So what was working in 2023 was very similar to what was working in 2024, was just sort of an extension of, but with 2024 and the way things went, holy cow, did things change. It was a complete transition year. So we're really excited to talk about what's working now, which is very different than what we talked about last year. My name is Stacey Maynard, the one that actually knows everything.
And I'm Faye Chappell. I'm here for moral support and for snacks. Did you bring them?
I did not, but I brought coffee.
That'll do.
So welcome, weary travelers of the internet. What's working now, 2025? I know you're probably tired of hearing about what's the next big thing, what's going to happen, what does the future hold? Well, you know what? 2024 taught us a lot of things, and it taught us that, you know what? We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know exactly what's going to happen, but we know what's working now. We know what's worked in the last couple of years, and we know the signs of things to come. So we are not going to talk about the next big thing in marketing, but things are different now.
Yeah. Look, we get it. You probably mastered TikTok in 2024. Yay, we did. And now there's a whole new set of rules.
Yep.
TikTok might be gone.
Might be.
So, hey, at least, you learned how to do your dance moves, right? APT, that's the last one I learned. I did that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Nice.
I learned it. And we're here today. We're going to decode the latest trends so that you can stop throwing spaghetti to the wall and actually find out what works, what sticks, and not the spaghetti.
My spaghetti never stuck.
No.
Yeah, I tried that once. Okay, so trend number one. I know you've heard this before, but we're going to say it again. Short form video.
Mm-hmm.
We went through a little bit of an interesting space in 2024, but surprise, short-term video is still king. Yeah. So apparently people's attention spans are a little less even than they were at the beginning of 2024, right? They haven't magically increased since last year. Mm-hmm. Again, we went through a little bit of a blip in 2024 where people are like, 10-minute videos are going to be king, and make sure that they're like 3 and 4 minutes. Nope. They are short. People want short videos. Short attention spans are still the thing. And say, hey, at least now you can add professional TikToker to your resume.
Yeah. And remember when we actually thought that, perfectly filtered, staged videos are the way to go. We all bought the lights, right? We did. You should see our setup. Good times. Now it's all about, you know what? I woke up looking like this, even though we spent an hour actually getting ready, but everyone wants to be authentic, and that's the real part of the videos that we need to understand.
Exactly. To do a little history lesson, back in 2022, video was an option. 2025, it is not an option. If you are not making video content, do you even have a pulse?
Right.
Like, are you even looking at your marketing plan? It needs to be part of your marketing plan. No one is reading 7,000 word blog posts anymore. No, they want to get it fast, short, and in video content.
Absolutely correct. And if you're still doing those boring talking head videos, well, congratulations. You're officially a cure for insomnia. So literally, you need to think about those. We're talking head, but we're giving you trends and information. And that's the important part. If you're just talking without ever actually bringing any value, then there's no point.
I actually saw a video the other day of somebody literally in bed. So we need a little bit of separation. I don't want to get that personal with you. Yeah. But they were actually in bed saying, oh, I just thought of this and I wanted to do a video. So maybe not that.
No. Authentic. Perhaps authentic. How about authenticity plus? How's that?
Perfect.
That's our new word.
Yeah, authenticity plus. So what do you do? How do you incorporate all of this short-term video, short-form video into your strategy without losing your sanity? So the first thing that you need to think about is consistency, right? That is the main thing. If you put a video out once a month, it's not going to work very well, right? The algorithm, it's not about chasing the algorithm, right? That's what 2025 is all about. It's not about chasing the algorithm, but you do need to be consistent in order to have the algorithm understand the type of content that you're putting out, right? The other part is strong visuals. Notice our background? No. Good lighting, and that's why we talk about authenticity plus. I love that term. I think I'm going to use that. So good lighting, important. People need to see you on video. Audio, people need to hear you on video. I remember going through a phase, I'm going to go back to like 2022, where it's like they need to see you but not hear you. And then we went through a phase where it's like, okay, well, the audio's fine and the visual doesn't matter. Well, we're in a world where your phones are amazing, lighting is inexpensive. It's very easy to find good lighting and decent audio. So those two things are a must in today's world, right? Unless you're going for that, found footage horror vibe, then by all means, you're all good. Storytelling. Storytelling is another way to ensure that you're going to capture their attention right away. You have seconds to capture attention these days, right? We just talked about. It's not about long video, it's about short video. So if it's a short video, you need to demand that attention immediately, right? Not, 10 seconds in, long introductions, all of that kind of stuff. Capture the attention, deliver the message, inspire action, no pressure. And have a clear call to action. That's the other one that I find really interesting because, again, it's so 2022 to say, okay, like, subscribe, comment, let's go. No, actually tell them what to do. Get creative. Think about their response and what they want to do and what you want them to do next.
And just little words for you, like, comment, subscribe. Please do so. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can, we'll do that call to action right now.
Sure.
So how has it changed really? Well, in 2023, video was important. We talked about it was coming up. It's important. But in 2025, it's absolutely essential.
It is.
The algorithms don't care about your pretty pictures anymore. They want fast, dynamic, and interactive output.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that brings us to trend number 2, which is the rise, my favorite, of AI-powered marketing. Yay. The robots are taking over, right? So remember in 2023, we thought that AI was going to steal all our jobs. Well, it's not stealing them. It's just making them weirder.
It's true.
So now we get to be prompt engineers and we can argue with chatbots all day. It's actually fun. I love to do it.
I love talking to chatbots. They're so much fun.
Yeah.
But on the bright side, look at what AI can do, right? Talking about 2024 being a transition year, they can write your blog posts while you're busy filming TikToks. It can do so much. Make sure you proofread it, right? Make sure that it actually says what you want it to do, because sometimes it says the cats can fly and the earth is flat. Don't have that happen.
So how do we incorporate AI without becoming a cyborg? We do a lot of AI masterclasses and training in our community, and we use AI for everything: content creation, customer service, chatbots, analysis, personalized marketing campaigns instead of those old generic ones, which we're going to talk about soon. Yeah. We're going to let AI predict what our audience wants before they even know what they want. And it's really cheaper than actually hiring a human, right? Absolutely. So we really want to explore all those AI writing tools that we talk about, whether it's Jasper, Copy AI, or any of the multitude of ones that we use. We use a lot of them. They all have weird, quirky personalities. So you need to find the right one and let the AI go do what it wants to do, right? And we want to use AI for data analysis. So let the robots crunch those numbers. They can do things, they can do formulas and stuff that you forgot back from high school. That remember when we did math and we said we never use that? Well, we still never use it. We'll just use AI.
AI can do it. I don't need to know calculus. AI knows calculus.
But it can also do analysis, like telling you what filter to use for your next reel. Isn't that cool?
That's very cool.
And then we want to implement chatbots, right? Because we want to have that human interaction, kind of, sort of, maybe. And chatbots can be great for simple tasks like answering FAQs. We just talked to one just before we filmed here, before we're live. And it provides basic information, so you don't have to wait for somebody who's probably not as smart as you to get online.
Oh my goodness, right? And how has it all changed? It's changed a lot, right? I mean, it can do so much more now than it ever could before, right? In 2023, people started dabbling, right? They're like, oh, like, let me find out this recipe, with these things I have in my toolbar or in my pantry or whatever the case may be. Right now, They're actually using it for core business strategy, right? So basically where we're at in 2025 with what's working is adapt, start using it, or be left in the digital dust.
Yeah. So that moves us to trend number 3.
Trend number 3, again, we kind of alluded to it, authenticity. We're going to call it authenticity plus, and transparency, or how to fake being real.
Yeah.
But I mean, the reality is that customers are craving authenticity, right? They're craving that human interaction, which is ironic considering how much fake is on the internet. But here we are. But with the rise of AI, people trust people, right? So that's a big one, right? So people trust people. They're not trusting logos anymore. You want to make sure that your headshot is on your website. And if it's not, do you even have a business? Are you even a brand? Do you even know what you're doing? Because people want to see who you are and the type of person you are.
Don't just slap your face everywhere, right? People, they trust authentic, but they don't want to see it everywhere. Gone are those days of perfectly curated Instagram feeds and airbrushed photos. Now it's all about real life, messy kitchens, unwashed hair, and filter-free selfies. Fake filter-free selfies, right? Authenticity plus, right? Yeah. Don't forget to strategically place that designer handbag or cool microphone in your background to make it look authentic, but authenticity plus.
Again, I go back to that girl. I was shocked that she literally was like showing, I'm in my bed, I found a cool hack and I wanted to share it with you. And I appreciated that in the moment, but
it wasn't really in the moment.
It's fake in the moment, right?
And if you're going to fake in the moment, make sure it's not like creepy fake.
Exactly. I think that was a little bit creepy fake. And I don't want to see you in your bed. I'm good. But anyway, how to incorporate all of this without actually losing yourself in the whole thing, right? So again, show up authentically on video. That is as simple as it gets in 2025. That is what's working. Show up authentically in emails, on your websites, share real stories, right? Like this is not the place where you're holding things back and hiding everything. Share real stories, share your values, share behind the scenes moments, right? Invest in that thought leadership content because that's what your viewers want. That's what your community wants, right? So again, content like podcasts or speaking gigs, all of that kind of stuff, build in your storytelling, build in who you are and showcase that authenticity and build that credibility, basically. So behind the scenes, what does that look like? Give your audience a glimpse into your perfectly imperfect life. I can't tell you the amount of times that we're in class, right? And after class, they'll be like, oh, let's take a photo. Do we look great? No. Do we look perfectly imperfect? Yes, because we're showcasing what we're doing behind the scenes to keep ourselves healthy and to keep ourselves moving in this fast-paced world.
Yeah, we'll share if our power goes out.
Exactly, like it just did.
And we're back up, even though we're live. You guys didn't even notice.
That's how good we are. And engage with your audience, right? Like it's not just about posting and forgetting, right? You want to respond to the comments, even the mean ones. And remember, haters are going to hate. And be open about your values. It's not a place to go, well, maybe I agree with absolutely everybody out there and I'm going to be Switzerland, right? It's about making sure that you're open about who you are and keeping maybe the questionable ones to yourself.
So how has it changed? Well, in 2023, personal brands were optional still, remember? And, they're still optional in a little bit in terms of if you're doing faceless YouTubes or things like that, but those are very specifics. But in 2025, really personal brands are really required. Your audience wants to know who the human is behind the actual brand. Yeah. So that brings us to trend number 4, which is micro communities, but big audiences, because we're all so lonely behind our screens, right? Remember when we had actual in-person communities?
The good old days.
Now we gather on forums, or we argue politics with complete strangers online. Very strange, very strange. But gone are those days that when having 1 million followers was a flex, right? Now all we want to do is have as many as we can who are actually paying attention to us, and that means micro communities.
Absolutely. But seriously, building an online community is more important than ever, right? It's not just about living in your silo. It's a way to connect with your audience. It's a way to get that loyalty, maybe even make some friends along the way, maybe ones that you'll never meet. But remember, it's not about, hey, congratulations on your 1 million followers, even though only maybe 17 of them actually care what you have to say. Smaller engaged audiences are where the money is at.
Right. So how do we incorporate this without getting catfished, basically? We want to create niche communities, right? We want to create smaller groups in either private Facebook groups or apps, Discord servers, or even text messaging. We want to build trust by interacting one-on-one in these small communities, and we cater our offers towards them instead of generic content that we can do everything, right?
Everything to everybody. So 2022.
We want to host online events, right? Webinars, QAs, virtual coffee dates, anything that you can think of. We want to encourage interaction, ask questions, run polls, start debates.
But keep it civil.
Yeah. And we want to provide exclusive content into our community. So if these people, the small group, are really interested in what we have to say, then give them exclusive deals, give them early access, and maybe even a secret handshake so that you can only do that virtually. Of course, we'll figure out a way to do our secret handshake for our community.
Yeah, we need to figure out a secret handshake. That'd be kind of cool. So how has it changed, right? We're talking about back in 2023, big numbers were sexy, right? In 2025, they're just not. It's just noise when people are going, oh, I have this many followers, that many followers, how to get this many likes, how to get that many likes, all of that. It's not about that anymore. Quality over quantity, folks. Mm-hmm. So trend number 5 in continuing with that micro concept is influencer marketing, right? The micro influencer takeover. Remember when we thought only celebrities and people with millions of followers could actually be an influencer? Yeah. Your neighbor's dog can do it because they have 10,000 followers. But you know what? If that dog said, hey, this is a really cool dog food, I'd buy it because he's got the followers, right? Or he's got the connection, he's got the community. He doesn't have a huge amount of followers. And that is where it's at.
And, you know, Amazon, I remember when we first opened up Amazon Associate stores, you had to have a certain amount of followers before they give you a store, right? Because that was the game. That was the only way you could do it. But now micro influencers really are where it's at. And they have smaller, more engaged audiences, and they're usually cheaper than those A-list Kardashian celebs who demand private jets and diamond encrusted water bowls.
Yes, I don't have that world. How to incorporate this without breaking the bank, right? So again, how do you reach out to these influencers? Well, first you have to identify them, right? Find those hidden gems in your niche, the ones that have a lot of people commenting and engaging in their stuff. That's who you want to reach out to, not the ones that have millions and billions of followers. And also focus on the engagement, right? Like high engagement rates are way more important because again, if you have 1 million followers and 17 people are actually commenting, but if you have 1,000 followers and you have 900 people who are engaging in the content, which do you want, right?
And we don't care, bad or good, just engage.
Exactly. So engagement rates are way more important than follower rates. And building that long-term relationship. And that's where you can treat your influencers like a valuable asset that they are. Maybe send them that fruit basket once in a while.
Yeah. So how has it changed? Well, in 2023, you had to have a huge audience, right, to be an influencer, like we said. And in 2025, you basically just need a pulse and maybe a clear idea of where your focus is. If you have a clear idea, you will have an engaged community.
Yep, absolutely.
So that brings us to number 6, which is personalization. And that's key because we're all special little snowflakes.
Oh, aren't we?
Remember when we used to get the same generic marketing emails, you know, now we get personalized emails that have our deepest desires or our shopping habits. It's creepy, but it's effective.
I love it. Yep. Because personalization is king. I can't tell you how much I love getting the emails going, hey, maybe this particular piece of furniture is what you're looking for. I'm like, oh, you're right. I would love to have that. So use data to segment your audience and deliver targeted messages, right? It's no longer, hey, everybody, this is what's going on, right? You need to send that content that speaks directly to their individual needs, their individual preferences. Just don't be creepy about it. Make sure it's value focused.
And it's hard. Make sure, right? It's very easy with AI to be creepy. So don't do that. How do we incorporate it? Each of these trends, remember, we're showing you how to incorporate this. So we want to make sure, write your little notes or watch the replay here, and you'll make sure you do that. So number one is collect data. Use your website analysis, your CRM systems and surveys. Just don't wiretap anyone and don't say, hey, Alexa, can you listen to this, please? We want to segment your audience. So we want to group customers based on their demographics or their interests. No judging, whatever they're interested in, but make sure that it's not a blanket email to everyone that's not interested in your stuff. And we want you to personalize your messages. You are starting to do that. So now we want to target those specific emails using marketing tools that work. So don't mention, if you can, their recent little purchase, because sometimes it seems a little weird. So you have to really look at it and go, okay, yes, if you like this, you might like this, but don't, as Stacy said before, don't make it too creepy that like they look around and go, where are the cameras?
Exactly. And in 2023, thinking back, right, we said, hello, friends. Hello, everyone. Even I saw it yesterday on somebody's video that they were saying, hi, everybody. Welcome to this, that, or the other thing. I'm so-and-so. I'm like, that is what's not working, right? Jump into it. We don't need to say, hello, friends. Make it personal and think about, when we send out what's happening or whatever, we sent it out to our favorite customers who only like the color pink.
Yeah, I'd be on that list.
Right? Exactly.
I'm on that list.
So trend number 7 is about repurposing content. So in today's world, it's amazing. We no longer have to focus on, I have to do this new piece of content. I have to do this new post. Nobody's got time for that, right? Like, remember when we thought we had to get fresh content every single day, right? We'd go to Canva every single day and be like, okay, well, we did this post last week, so we can't use it. We did a post like this last month. We can't use it. We did a post like that last year. We can't use it. No, stop. Repurposing is the way to go. It's exhausting to think about creating fresh content every day. Now we can just recycle old content and call it a new format. That's what I love now.
So I want you to think about this. When you go and look up a YouTube video on a specific topic and you're reading it or watching it, you realize that it might have been made 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's really valuable content. So it doesn't matter that it's old information or old videos. What matters is it's still relevant. So you can turn those old blog posts into videos, your Instagram posts into a Twitter thread, the webinar into a TikTok if it's still around. And the possibilities are truly endless. Really, you don't need to forget. Just don't forget to change the title or make it something new or relevant. And then people will see it again and go, wow, this is really interesting. And it might have been something you wrote literally 4 years ago.
Yeah. And you know what? If you have a date or a URL or something like that on the image, you can just change that out, but you can still use the image and you can still use the content, right? So just make sure that old information is not there. So how do you actually incorporate the repurposing so you don't get caught plagiarizing yourself, like we just said, right? Plan for the repurposing. That's the big one, right? And we've been very transparent about the fact that we do these videos and we repurpose them. We repurpose them into clips. We repurpose them into blog posts. We repurpose them into newsletters. We repurpose them into all kinds of things. So when you are creating your content with repurposing in mind, think of it as a gift that just keeps on giving, right? And then think about the different formats, right? So again, adapting your content for each platform. TikTok video is not necessarily the same as a LinkedIn article, right? Which is why you want to make sure you're using those tools to create content that's appropriate for the different content, for the different platforms. Unless, you want to get caught dancing on company time. Don't do that. And then, of course, you want to make sure that you're sharing all your repurposed content, right? So make sure you're sharing it across all your channels. Do it shamelessly. We're good, right? But make sure that you're using it, repurposing it, and getting it out there in multiple ways.
And for those of you who aren't sure how to do it quickly and easily, go into our community, watch our old AI masterclasses, because we actually shared the tools that we use to actually just send in a video and then cut it into many different formats. So you're not spending your time doing that, because I know a lot of you are thinking, oh, it's going to take me hours to edit. No, it's going to literally take you minutes. So in 2023, we spent all our waking hours churning out content, right? Several times a day. We have to post, we have to do this. In 2025, we start our day at, let's say, 9 o'clock. We use AI to repurpose our content. And at 10 a.m., we have the rest of the day to do whatever we want. So that is the secret. If you don't know what to use or what tools we use, please go to our community, our hub. Stacy will link it in the posts below, and make sure that you watch it and learn all about what to use in seconds.
It is easier than you think to take that content and put it into all kinds of different formats.
And trend number 8 is live streaming for connection, because we do miss human content, right? Remember when we thought live streaming was just for gamers and beauty bloggers, right? Here's how to do your makeup. Now everyone and their grandma is going live, and we know it because some people shouldn't.
Exactly. But you know what? I mean, it's true. Live streaming is a great way to connect with your audience in real time, right? Like we're live with you right now, unless you're watching the replay. Just make sure you're wearing pants. But that is a great way to get the comments. It's a great way for people to ask questions. And it's a great way for them to see you asking the question and answering the question live.
And on that theme of wearing pants, make sure when you do try to incorporate some of this, you do not have any wardrobe malfunctions. We have seen those live.
We have, and it's not good.
So choose the right platform. You can use Facebook Live, Instagram Live, YouTube Live. You can use
LinkedIn Live.
Pick your poison, do whatever you feel right about, right? And promote your live stream. Announce it in advance and create a compelling title. Yes, clickbait is encouraged within reason, but make sure that you do that as often as you can. And I want you to interact with viewers, right? Answer questions and respond to comments in real time, unless they're trolls. And then feel free to ignore them. Like, we don't care. That's fine.
Exactly. But no, I think that's where we go back to live, the human interaction. People want to get to know you, that authenticity plus, right? Like make sure that you are putting yourself out there. Make sure that you are answering them as a human, because things have changed, right? In 2023, we planned live stream for weeks. We did our hair, we did our makeup,
scripts,
oh my goodness, like writing it out, starting to memorize it, putting up sticky notes on our screens to make sure we're commenting on everything and make sure that we're doing this. We hired people, and I've actually done this before. We've hired people. I've been the person that they've hired to actually run live streams, because they focus so heavily on their hair, their makeup, their content, they're focused. And it's like they need someone else to run the back end. They need someone else to make sure that there's comments. They need someone else to respond. Well, no, now with these programs and stuff, it makes it so much easier.
You just need a phone.
Exactly.
You just need a phone, and that's it. And you can go live everywhere and do what you need to do. You don't need anything fancy.
Well, you see that, right? On TikTok Lives, people have their phone, they're up, they're reading the question, they're answering. So just go with the flow. Yeah. It's okay. Just have a conversation with the people who are watching you live. So trend number 9, we just wanted to enter into the metaverse and Web3, right? Because, reality's a little overrated.
Absolutely.
So remember... This is a long time ago. We're showing our age on this one. Remember when we thought internet was just a fad? And now we're spending literally, like they said, it was like, it's going to be...
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work. People aren't going to spend all their time online. What, are they going to talk to people over the internet? And now we're spending all of our time in the virtual world, right? Buying digital land, arguing about NFTs. Future's weird.
Very weird. And really remember, the metaverse and Web3 and everything else is still in the early stages, right? But they have the potential to revolutionize your marketing, or they could just be a passing fad. Who knows? We don't really know. All I know is that Elon has many big plans, and I'm following Elon because he's a smart dude. Like him or not, he seems to know the future.
And he's creating the future, right? So what do? How do you stay and incorporate all of this stuff with the new fads? And I think the biggest one is to stay informed, right? Keep up with the latest development. or don't. It's your life. It's up to you. But keep up with it, right? Like follow the news, see what they're talking about. And then just try things out, experiment with new platforms, explore, different lands and sandboxes and other virtual worlds. Just don't get lost in the metaverse, right? No. And maybe pay your rent.
Yeah. That isn't a real world, just well, it's kind of real, but not real.
Exactly. So, but explore it, try to understand it, read about it, and, consider NFTs, right? Offer exclusive content or experiences, or just buy a Bored Ape and hope it makes you rich.
You never know, because people have bought worse, right? So in 2023, the metaverse, AI, and everything was just something you saw like in a Marvel movie, right?
Yeah.
But in 2025, you might just run into Iron Man at Starbucks. So you got to really understand
that'd be kind of cool.
The metaverse might just be.
I get him to teach me about the metaverse. I want to run into Iron Man at Starbucks.
Doesn't
live up here.
Trend number 10, which is focus on user experience, because let's face it, nobody likes a crappy website or a crappy community. We know, we've been through it all, right? Remember when websites were just a bunch of like flashing text, animated, you name it. Thank God those days are over. It's gone.
GIFs, this, that. It was like as soon as you could add them, people added like 15 million on their page and you didn't even know where to find the information. So basically, if you think about it, a user experience is essential, right? You don't want to just be all the flashy because they don't know where to find information, right? Make sure your website is mobile friendly, easy to navigate, easy to find information. Yes, you want it to be visually appealing, 100%. But if they have to spend 10, 15 minutes trying to find the contact or trying to find out how to get in touch with you or how to find the information they were looking for, they're going to leave. And it doesn't matter how cool, flashy, or what information you have. If they can't use it and they can't find the information, they're gone.
Yeah. And you can incorporate it on your own now. You don't need a UX designer, which everyone thought. Sorry, UX designers, I just lost your jobs for you. I apologize. But you want to make sure that you incorporate it. So again, optimize your mobile, because most people are on their phones, right? If your website looks like it was designed in 1999, you're doing it wrong. Yes. Don't do that anymore. You want to improve your website speed, so nobody has time to wait for it to load. This is not a high-tech thing. This is very simple to do. It just depends on the program you're using. So make it as easy as possible, which means smaller pictures, smaller files, so it's easy to load. And then again, use clear calls to action. Tell people what you want them to do. Don't make them guess. That is the number one problem. People sometimes go, including me, I go to a website and I don't know what to do. No. How do I hire you? How do I talk to you? What do you offer? If it's not there, they're going to leave.
Yeah. And it's just, if it's too hard to find, I've gone on websites too. And it's like, I give up. Like I just give up. So again, how have things changed in 2023? We did want that. We did want, remember Adobe Flash?
Yeah.
That was a big thing because we wanted all of this stuff to pop and grab attention and stop them from scrolling and pattern interrupts and all of that kind of stuff. You know what? I just want a website to load. I want it to tell me simply what to do and where to find it. It's as simple as that.
And now you can do them all for free. So
yeah. All right. So let's see. That's 10. I think we did trend number 10. So trend number 11. We'll just continue to going here and see how far we get. So social media. Social media is now, it's been a trend. Well, it hasn't even been a trend. It's been a thing, right? Like video is now, social media is now a thing. Pay to play. It's reality, right? Remember when organic reach was a thing? No, that's died. It's buried. We've gone to the funeral. We're good. Right? Now we need to understand that social media is, how many ads are you now seeing on social media? It's now, if you invest in social media, that's unfortunately where it's at.
True. If you can't complain about having to boost posts or anything like that. If you are a business owner, then that is part of the job. That's part of it. It's no different than in the old days when you used to put a newspaper ad in, right? Or you wanted to local community paper, billboards. This is your billboard. So if you do want to promote something, you have to do ads.
Absolutely. So think about that. Think about allocating a budget, right? You think about advertising, your marketing budget, right? It's the beginning of the year and we're all looking at that. So think about the budget that you're going to use for ads and then experiment. So experiment with platforms that are maybe beyond Instagram and Facebook, because I think Meta has made us feel like they're the one and only place to run an ad. No. LinkedIn is a great place. TikTok is a great place as long as it stays. But they're crushing it in regards to advertising for sure. YouTube is a great place. Google is a great place. Like there's lots of different places that you can run ads. So use AI, right, to target specifically who your audience is so that you can get a really good ROI.
In 2023, you could literally ride the wave of decent organic reach because that's true. But there were trends like Reels, everything else happening. But in 2025, it really is a full-on pay-to-play arena. Why? Because there's so much content, so many people there. You need to make sure that you are seen.
And you push your way through. 100%.
So trend number 12 is sustainable practices. We talked about this in some of our trends in the last couple of months. These are real. They aren't just trendy. They're non-negotiable. So if you're still using single-use plastics or ignoring climate-conscious trends, then Gen Z will cancel you so fast that your head will spin.
Absolutely. And there is a term called greenwashing. So the only thing worse than ignoring sustainability is faking sustainability. And there is, you can't sit there and say, I'm all about this. I support the environment with your, non-reusable water bottle in your hand, right? No one's going to buy it anymore. We're getting way too smart for that.
Yeah, so just try to incorporate those techniques, right? Adopt transparent, eco-friendly practices. Share them in your marketing because that's what these Gen Zs are looking for, right? And who are the new ones? Gen Alpha and Beta, I think.
I don't know. I've lost track.
I want you to offer digital products instead of paper. Partner with sustainable suppliers. Highlight how your business minimizes waste. It's all really important to them.
Absolutely. And you know what? How have things changed? In 2023, remember, sustainability was nice to have. And in 2025, the bare minimum, if you want to survive, is to have a sustainable practice for your business and put that out there so that people know where you stand and that it exists.
And the truth is, people don't pick up your garbage when you have too much garbage out there. So, you have to do it for yourself.
Exactly. So the next trend is email marketing, right? We talked about it a lot last year and it's like, oh, is it dying? Whatever. You know what? That OG never dies.
Never.
So who's here to stay? Who's going out? Email marketing will outperform all your social media efforts combined. Email, baby. Even though they're not looking at emails, but you know what? They are. They may not look at it every day, but they are looking at it.
Yeah, they are. And that is your list. You own that list and nobody can take it away from you. But let's be real. If your emails are boring, then they're going straight to spam or worse to trash. So you need to make sure that you are writing emails that are important to that very highly niched target audience that have signed up for information from you.
Absolutely. And think about it again. Like we said, focus on personalization. Think about what they want. Think about who they are. Think about that storytelling like we talked about before, right? Use segmentation to deliver the right message to the right people. Again, don't be creepy. Make sure you're not eavesdropping on their Amazon conversations. Yeah. But for the love of everything digital, make your emails fun to read.
Yeah. So it's changed, right? Everything has changed. In 2023, email marketing was important. It's always been important. But in 2025, it's really dominant. Why? Because social media can fluctuate, right? TikTok might be gone legally from the US in January, but your email list, that's yours. So you will always own it. No one can take it away from you. You can get unsubscribes, but you can just get more subscribers. So
exactly.
That brings us to trend number 14, which is user-generated content. That is truly the new ad agency. So if you're not interested in doing a lot of ads, this is for you. Who knew your customers could be better marketers than yourself?
Yeah, and they always were. Like, that's the thing. But the difference now is that people are trusting the user-generated content way more than your polished ads. That's just a reality.
So we want to encourage your customers to share their experiences, tag your brand, run contests, or offer discounts for these user-generated content, right? Feature these on your website and social platforms. When you want to go to a restaurant, what do? You look at a Facebook group or you look at a community that says, hey, what's the best restaurant in this area? And you have a tendency of believing them.
Absolutely. Way more than an ad. If you saw an ad, you're going to discount it. But as soon as you see somebody else talking about it, you're like, oh, well, and you don't even know these people.
No.
Right. And that's why things have changed. In 2023, we always go back to 2023. It was a bonus, right? But now more people are speaking up. And in 2025, it is a primary strategy because it does build trust and it costs a whole lot less, right? You get people talking about your company, you get people talking about your products, you are good to go. So the next trend is AI powered predictive analysis, right? So basically AI is like a fortune teller.
Yes.
I actually saw, what did I see yesterday? It was asking AI based on what they know about you. What don't you know about you?
Right.
It's literally a fortune teller.
It is.
Right. So basically, if you want to know what your customers want before your customers even know what they want, that is what we're talking about, right? That predictive analysis. Basically, it's your new best friend.
It's like having a crystal ball, except it actually works and it doesn't, you don't have to do tarot readings to get it. It will tell you exactly what you need.
Exactly. So think about those tools, right? Invest in those tools that analyze customer behavior and predict trends. Use data that you need to craft hyper-targeted, right? We can't emphasize this enough, hyper-targeted campaigns and fine-tuned product launches.
Because in 2023, data-driven information was good. It was helpful, right? But in 2025, this is the cornerstone of smart marketing. You can use AI to analyze your feed and tell you what you need to do, what you need to post to go forward. So very key.
Absolutely.
And then we're going to go to, I think, our final trend, which is number 16, which is experiences over products. Yes. You're not selling a product, you're selling a feeling.
This like is singing. You're hooked on it. No, okay, I'll stop.
Old school selling was really based on feelings, right? If you're not creating an experience, then good luck competing. Truly.
Yeah. And because you know what? No one cares about your product. No one cares about the features of your product unless it makes their life easier, it makes their life cooler, and it makes it more Instagrammable.
Absolutely.
I can't believe that's a verb now.
So focus on really the storytelling, the customer experience, right? Use anything you can to really create that in-person experience for that person that aligns with what you're trying to achieve, their values, your values, and how they integrate. But you want them to feel exactly what you want them to.
Yeah, what's that saying about they remember how it made them feel, right? Because in 2023, selling the why was trendy. Like, why do you need this? Why do you want that? Why do you want the product? Why do you want the service? Well, now selling experiences is really the only way to build a loyal audience, for sure.
So there you have it, really. That's our top 16 trends, because we went higher because we just figured you needed them, right? So they're the top 16 trends for 2025. Now I want you to go forth and conquer the internet, right? See what's out there. At least try not to get lost in the metaverse, because 2025 isn't about just reading, listening to us. It's about doing.
Exactly. And remember, if all else fails, there's always cat videos.
Absolutely. They never go out of style.
They never go out of style. And if that fails, come to our community. We're always staying ahead of the curve. We always know what's going on. And that is basically what's happening in 2025.